Attention, Pisces. An era of change is coming. Get ready for a powerful flow of positive energy that will burst into your life as early as May 4, 2025. This date will be the starting point for dizzying opportunities in your career, unprecedented money luck and, who knows, perhaps a life-changing lottery win. Can you feel that anticipation? Intuition, your faithful ally, suggests that something big is on the horizon. The stars are lining up in a unique configuration to give you a chance you may have only dreamed of. The energies of the cosmos are ready to open the doors to prosperity and success for you. But what exactly is behind this astrological phenomenon? What planetary forces influence your destiny during this period? And how to make the most effective use of this stellar hour? Let us together understand the intricacies of the celestial bodies, so that you can confidently enter a new phase of your life and take the best from it. After all, behind this date there are not only prospects, but also deep astrological reasons that affect your financial destiny. So, Pisces, we have found out that May 4, 2025 opens a whole new page of financial history for you. But what exactly is behind this astrological phenomenon? What celestial forces are conducting this parade of opportunity? Let's look deep into the depths of the stars and understand the intricacies of the planetary aspects that have such a powerful influence on your finances. The key player here is Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion, and prosperity. During this period, it is in the sign of Taurus, which means that its beneficial energy is directed directly at your finances and material resources. Taurus is known to be an earthy, practical sign that values stability and accumulation. Jupiter in Taurus is like fertile soil, ready to receive the seeds of your boldest financial plans. It gives you the opportunity to see new sources of income, strengthen your financial position and achieve financial independence. But don't think that everything will happen on its own. Jupiter is only a potential, and the realization of this potential depends on your actions and willingness to use the given opportunities. It is important to be attentive to the signs that the universe sends you, and not to miss chances that may seem insignificant at first glance. Intuition, so peculiar to Pisces, will be your reliable compass during this period, helping you to navigate the flow of opportunities and make the right decisions. In addition to Jupiter, other planetary aspects also influence your financial situation. It is important to consider their interaction and understand how they can affect your path to success. As you know, the stars don't just shine, they tell stories, and being able to read those stories is the key to understanding your purpose and realizing your potential. But how exactly to use this astrological information in everyday life? What steps do you need to take to maximize the energy of Jupiter in Taurus and attract money luck into your life? We will talk about this and many other things further, because there is another important aspect that requires close attention. Pisces, get ready for an exciting turn in your professional life. May 4, 2025 is not just a date on the calendar, it's the starting point for a powerful career breakthrough. You, more than anyone else, are able to sense subtle energies, and right now this ability will be your greatest asset. Use your keen intuition to pick up on opportunities that others may not see. Your communication skills, which have always been your strong point, will reach a new level. The ability to find common ground with a variety of people, to persuade and inspire, all this will help you to achieve your goals. Don't be afraid to express your ideas, even if they seem too bold or unorthodox. They may be the key to your success. And one more important point. Venus, the planet of love and harmony, will have a favorable influence on your partnerships in business. Now is a good time to strengthen ties with your colleagues, seek new allies, and establish mutually beneficial cooperation. Remember that together you can achieve much more than alone. Trust your partners, listen to their opinions and be ready to compromise. This will create a solid foundation for long-term and successful cooperation. But how do you make the most of these opportunities, especially when it comes to finances? Pisces, to make the most of this period of prosperity, it's important to arm yourself with practical financial management tools. Your intuition, that powerful gift of Neptune, can be your compass in the maze of investment opportunities. But remember, intuition needs to be backed up with analysis and common sense. Neptune, your ruler, gives you a unique perception of the world, including the financial world. However, this same planet can create illusions and cloud rational thinking. Therefore, dear Pisces, it is extremely important to learn to filter information, to separate real prospects from mirages. How can you use your intuition for good, without falling for deceptive promises? First, trust your feelings, but do not make decisions impulsively. Conduct a thorough analysis, study the market, consult with experts. Intuition should be your ally, not your only guide. Second, be attentive to details. Neptune likes to hide the truth behind a pretty wrapper. Read the fine print, ask questions, don't be afraid to appear meticulous. Remember that your financial security is in your hands. Third, develop your financial literacy. The more you know about the world of finance, the better you will be able to interpret your intuitive insights. Read books, attend seminars, and network with experienced investors. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. Also, during this period when Jupiter is favorable to your sign, consider diversifying your income. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Look for new sources of income, learn new skills, expand your horizons. This will not only strengthen your financial stability, but will also allow you to unlock your creative potential. And finally, remember to be charitable. Neptune is the planet of compassion and charity. Share your success with those who need help. This will not only bring you moral satisfaction, but also open new streams of abundance into your life. The influence of the stars on your life is multifaceted and complex. What if we look at the possibility of capital growth from a slightly different angle? So, May 4th, 2025 is the date when financial luck may smile on Pisces, including in the lottery. But let's look at it with a cool head. As a reputable astrologer, I always emphasize, the stars create a favorable background, but do not guarantee instant enrichment. There is a chance of winning, and it may be higher than usual due to planetary influences. However, take it as a pleasant bonus, not as the main source of income. Now for the most important thing, a reasonable attitude to gambling. In no case should you invest your last money in the lottery or take loans. This is a direct path to disappointment and financial problems. Play responsibly, allocate only a small amount, which is not a pity to lose. Remember that luck is a capricious lady and it is extremely risky to rely only on it. What to do if the lottery is not your way? Don't despair. The universe offers Pisces many other opportunities to increase profits. Jupiter in Taurus, as we have already mentioned, opens the door to new sources of income. Be attentive to incoming offers, and don't be afraid to try your hand in new areas. Perhaps now is the time to realize a long-planned business project. Don't forget about opportunities related to your professional activities. During this period, you may get a promotion, a favorable job offer, or make an important deal. Show your best qualities, show your professionalism and responsibility. Luck loves the brave and determined. It is important to remember that financial prosperity is the result not only of luck, but also of competent management of your resources. Make a financial plan, learn to control your expenses, invest in your education and development. Then even a small lottery win can become a starting point to financial independence. And, of course, do not forget about charity. Sharing your wealth with those in need is not only noble, but also helps to attract more luck into your life. The influence of celestial bodies during this period can be felt especially acutely, and it is important to understand how to direct this energy in the right direction. But how exactly will this affect your feelings and relationships, and what surprises do the stars have in store for you in this area? Pisces, get ready for harmonious changes in your personal relationships, as the heavenly bodies continue their influence. Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, is especially favorable to your sign during this period, promising exciting meetings and strengthening existing ties. Neptune, your ruler, enhances your empathy and intuition, making you incredibly attractive to others. Single Pisces should be especially attentive to new acquaintances. Perhaps you will meet someone with whom you will develop a deep spiritual connection. Don't be afraid to take the initiative and open your heart to love. Let your natural sensitivity guide you, and you are sure to find someone who will appreciate your uniqueness. For those already in a relationship, this is a time to renew feelings and strengthen the union. Venus calls for romance, tenderness, and attention to each other. Surprise your partner with a pleasant surprise, organize a joint trip, or just spend the evening in a cozy atmosphere, enjoying each other's company. It's important to remember that relationships require constant work and attention, so don't neglect the opportunity to strengthen your bond. However, don't overlook potential difficulties. Neptune, while heightening your sensitivity, can also make you more susceptible to negative emotions and illusions. Be careful about idealizing your partner and avoid situations where you could fall victim to deception or manipulation. It is important to keep a clear mind and trust your intuition to avoid disappointments. To strengthen relationships and attract love, try to show more sincerity and openness in communication. Share your feelings and experiences with your partner, and be willing to listen. It is important to create an atmosphere of trust and mutual understanding in which each of you will feel comfortable and safe. Remember that love is not only romance and passion, but also support, care, and respect. Develop these qualities in yourself and in your relationship, and you will be able to create a strong and happy union. Allow Venus and Neptune to fill your life with love and harmony, and you are sure to feel happy and fulfilled. But how do you maintain this harmony without losing sight of the important aspects of inner balance? But remember, dear Pisces, that success is not only about money and career. The foundation of all your endeavors is your physical and emotional well-being. That is why, on the threshold of such a favorable period as the beginning of May 2025, as your guide in the world of stars and energies, want to draw your attention to the need to take care of yourself. After all, even the most promising horoscope will not work if you will be exhausted and deprived of vitality. Remember, your body is a temple, and your mind is the captain of the ship of your destiny. So how do you keep this temple in harmony? Start small. Regular exercise, even short walks in the fresh air, can work wonders. They not only strengthen the body, but also release endorphins, hormones of happiness, which are so necessary for a positive mood. Do not forget about proper nutrition. Exclude heavy food from your diet, and give preference to light, healthy foods rich in vitamins and minerals. Your body will thank you and you will feel a burst of energy. But physical health is only one side of the coin. Emotional balance is just as important. Pisces, more than anyone else, is influenced by the moon, which governs your emotions. That's why it's so important to learn how to manage your feelings and not let them overwhelm you. Meditation is your faithful assistant in this endeavor. Even a few minutes a day spent in peace and quiet will help you calm your mind, relieve stress, and find inner harmony. There are many meditation techniques, choose the one you prefer. Relaxation is another important tool for maintaining emotional health. Make time for activities that bring you pleasure, reading books, listening to music, painting, socializing with friends. Allow yourself to relax and take your mind off your everyday life. Awareness is the key to understanding your emotions. Observe your feelings without judging them or trying to suppress them. Simply acknowledge their existence and allow them to pass. This will help you avoid emotional outbursts and keep your inner balance. Remember that your emotional state directly affects your ability to make good decisions, including in financial matters. Don't let stress and anxiety cloud your judgment. By taking care of your physical and emotional health, you create a solid foundation for future success. You fill yourself with energy and positivity, which attracts good luck and favorable opportunities. And then, when May 4th, 2025 opens the doors to career growth and monetary gain for you, you will be ready to accept these gifts of the universe with gratitude and wisdom. But what about another, equally important component of your inner world? How can you unlock your spiritual potential and channel it to achieve your goals? Pisces, remember, true wealth is not only the clinking of coins, but also the treasury of your soul. The period beginning May 4th, 2025 gives you a unique chance not just to increase your capital, but also to enrich your inner world. It is now, when the stars favor your financial endeavors, it is especially important to pay attention to spiritual development. Your intuition is a powerful tool given to you from birth. But like any tool, it needs to be honed. Regular meditation will be your reliable ally in this process. Immersing yourself in the silence of your inner world, you will be able to hear the voice of your intuition, distinguish it from the noise of the world and receive valuable clues concerning both financial issues and personal decisions. Don't neglect the power of reading. Books are windows to other worlds, a source of wisdom and inspiration. Choose literature that resonates with your spiritual quest, whether it be philosophical treatises, esoteric teachings, or inspiring biographies of great men. Allow the knowledge gained from books to expand your consciousness and enrich your inner world. Self-reflection is another important aspect of spiritual development. Regularly ask yourself questions: what do I really want? What motivates me? What are my strengths and weaknesses? Honest and unbiased analysis of your thoughts, feelings, and actions will help you better understand yourself and your true goals. Don't forget the influence of Neptune, your ruling planet. It is Neptune that endows you with empathy, compassion, and a deep spiritual connection to the world. However, under the influence of Neptune, you can also be prone to illusions and self-deception. This is why it is so important to develop critical thinking and be able to distinguish reality from fantasy. Remember, Pisces, that spiritual development is not just a nice addition to financial success, it is its necessary foundation. The stronger your spiritual connection, the more conscious and wise your decisions will be, the more harmonious and happy your path will be. Invest in yourself, in your soul, and you will see how it will be reflected in all areas of your life. But even with the most favorable predictions, it is important to understand that there may be some challenges on the road to success. What exactly can hinder your triumph and how to deal with it? But before we finally dive into the sea of opportunities that will open up before you, dear Pisces, on May 4, 2025, let's take a look at the dark reefs that you can stumble over on the road to prosperity. After all, as we know, forewarned is forearmed. Speaking of career growth and money luck, it is important to remember that even the most favorable astrological forecast is not a guarantee of a cloudless sky. There is a possibility of encountering certain obstacles. And here Saturn, the strict teacher of the zodiac, the planet of restrictions and responsibility, enters the scene. Its influence can manifest itself in delays, bureaucratic delays, or even the need to revise your plans. At a time when Jupiter, the planet of luck, is lavishing you with its gifts, Saturn can create the illusion that everything is too easy, pushing you to make rash decisions. It is important to remain vigilant and not lose your head over sudden wealth. Be especially attentive to details in financial matters, check documents carefully, and don't trust dubious offers. In the sphere of personal relationships, small storms are also not excluded. Venus will certainly promote romance and strengthen ties, but Saturn may bring a touch of seriousness and responsibility. You may be faced with having to make an important decision regarding your partner or the future of your relationship. Don't avoid difficult conversations, be honest and open, and then you will be able to overcome any difficulties. To avoid trouble due to Saturn's influence, you need to be patient, disciplined and consistent. Do not rush things, do not make hasty decisions and always weigh the pros and cons carefully. Remember the importance of planning and organization, both in work and in your personal life. Pay attention to your health, do not neglect rest and exercise. In conclusion, remember, the stars incline but do not oblige. The astrological forecast is just a map indicating the direction. And it's up to you to decide which path you take and how you utilize the opportunities presented to you. But how to turn this celestial plan into a clear road map to success? So, Pisces, we've come to the most important part, how to turn this astrological forecast into reality, how to make May 4, 2025 the starting point of your personal triumph. Knowledge is power, but only when backed by action. So let's create your personalized action plan, a treasure map that will lead you to financial prosperity and career heights. First of all, define your goals. What do you really want to achieve in your career and finances? Be specific. Not just, earn more, but, increase income by X% by such and such a date. Not just, find a new job, but, get a dream position at company Y with a salary of Z. Clarity of purpose is the compass that will keep you on track. Then, break those big goals down into small, specific steps. What can you do today, this week, this month to get closer to your dream? Maybe take an online financial literacy course. Update your resume and start sending it out to companies that interest you. Start keeping track of your income and expenses. Every small step is a brick in the foundation of your success. Don't forget to develop your talents and skills. Jupiter in Taurus opens up new opportunities for you, but you need to be ready to take advantage of them. Invest in yourself, in your education, in your knowledge. Attend trainings, read books, communicate with experts. The more you know and know how to do, the more valuable you become in the labor market and the more opportunities you have to increase your income. And, of course, don't be afraid to take risks. Luck loves the bold. But the risk should be well thought out and calculated. Do not rush headlong into the maelstrom, do not invest all your money in dubious projects. Carefully study all possibilities, consult with experts, weigh the pros and cons. Remember that financial literacy is not only the ability to earn money, but also the ability to save and multiply it. Use your intuition, Pisces. Your natural sensitivity and insight is a powerful tool that will help you make the right decisions. Trust your feelings, listen to your inner voice. But don't let illusions and fantasies cloud your judgment. Be realistic, assess the situation objectively. And remember about charity. Sharing with others is not only noble, but also profitable. By giving, you get much more in return. The energy of gratitude and positivity attracts good luck and prosperity into your life. Help those who need help, support those who are weaker than you. And you will see how your life will begin to change for the better. All this is only part of the picture. There is another important element without which your path to success may be incomplete.